Hi, Jesus. So me and Jesus are here. Jesus Obregon, Eric Nicholson, and we were just driving for dollars and looking around for some properties we want to put under the contract. And there is a good point Jesus brought up. Our last podcast, we did the walkthrough 602 North Augusta. It's beautiful renovation, looks like a brand new house. Jesus just said that there is a value that we bring, and sometimes it's missed, right? It's not appreciated, and I think it's a very, very good point. Yeah, let's expand on that. What do you think about that? Because I have my own opinion. I'm going to add it too. But what do you think? Why is it happening? And what can we do to kind of like explain better to people what we are actually doing, so we can have positive appreciation of the efforts that we put forward?
Okay, yeah, definitely. So what happened is normally every investor who wants to buy real estate, and it has this idea generating or creating a product, which is the house that is going to have more value. Not only has the house is not gonna gain value, but also the neighborhood is gonna gain value. So when we see these neighborhoods that we were, so we see houses that are fully renovated and they're sold and they have a good market, but the houses that are not. But you will see how the houses that are fixed, it kind of like tends that the neighborhood tends to be a little bit better. So the neighborhood
Much better.
grows in the same pattern. Like, okay, maybe the neighborhood doesn't want to sell, wants to fix their porch, do some stuff, and you see the neighborhoods are changing. And when we do that, we like to stay in the neighborhood, so that way personally I like the neighborhood to look good, because most of the time we sell, most of the time we rent in the same area. So I want my tenants also to be comfortable in the area. So we provide the value to increase not just the properties but also the neighborhoods.
Correct. So you take the house B or C neighborhood, right? And then you go there, you add the value, you make it A. You raise it up from current condition, you make it much better, much improved, one house at a time. And ultimately, people who live in the city are the ones who will occupy it. So what's going to happen is that as you continue that renovation from one house to another, you are basically upgrading so you are bringing the value. Yes, you are doing this for profit, but so does everybody else. I mean, there is nothing that exists, in economic landscape that doesn't exist for some kind of profit. So yes, we are all doing this for the profit, but think about the value added. And I think one of the important things, I will make this, this is actually a distinction, I think, between a typical landlord that earns the bad name and somebody like Jesus, is that you are not just buying some dilapidated property and renting it out. You are actually buying distressed property, and then you are investing $100,000 in it, and you are completely changing the whole design of the house completely. It's almost like a show, like a flip show. And then you put the brand new drywall. Not only that, but you are removing the drywalls. You go all the way down to the sticks. You renovate you do the brand new wiring. You add the HVAC, because a lot of those houses are old. They don't have central air conditioning or HVAC. You add that, and then you finish with the brand new drywalls, brand new floors, tiles, kitchen cabinets, bathroom. Now all of a sudden you walk into the house, you can't believe it's a 100-year-old house, because it looks like somebody just built it yesterday. I think it's a great value, man.
Yeah, so we definitely we do full renovations, like a full gut jobs, and so we got used to that pretty much. It's just like easier for us to do that instead of trying to just fix few things and try to amend things just to make it rentable. I understand that, but normally when we do full rehab jobs and we rent those properties, we really have zero calls for maintenance, except for filters and a few other things that we need to just address. But other than that, it's just very minimum cost for maintenance. I think when we started in 2016, I had zero calls. Even the HVAC systems are still running till date. So I'm telling you, so if you put the money in the beginning as an investment, it will see it in the future. And also for value for my appraisers, because once everything is appraised to the value that we want to sell, we can recoup our monies and make some extra money to continue investing.
Exactly. You do the DSCR financing, right? You cash out. You added the value. The property had as this value of $80,000. Now it has 275. Can cash out 80%, and the profit that you made on that deal, you can take it out and go and invest and do the exact same thing. Buy that distressed property, full renovated, and you know, I keep repeating this, maybe I'm being redundant, but you are adding a value. You are not just, you know, like flipping the price. You are adding the value to the city, to the individual families that will be occupying those properties, to the overall, you know, mood and you know, the look of the neighborhood, right? Because when you come to the neighborhood and you see all those houses that used to be vacant properties now are rehab, now they're very nice, they have like owner occupied and very well maintained and taken care of, doesn't it make you feel like happy when you just walk on the neighborhood? You know, like your family walks there, your family lives there, right? So you bring that. It's a value that you bring. I mean, it's a great thing, and I think we have to sometimes come back to this subject and touch upon it a little bit, because I think there is a lack of appreciation and understanding of what exactly investors, good investors. I'm not saying that everybody is doing the same thing, but investors are actually bringing a good value. And remember, Jesus not only is doing for himself, but he has extensive experience in construction field, and he's done a lot of full guy job. So I know that a lot of people get scared. They're like, oh my God, how you do the full guy job and how I can handle. You can handle it once you know how to handle it. And here is your guy if you need somebody who can help you with that. Well, it's time to have a lunch. We will go and have a lunch, but we will definitely revisit these topics and expand on them. And
Oh, definitely. Yep.
thank you, Jesus.
All right, no problem.
Thank you.